Hey boys and girls, welcome back to Persona 5 Strikers. In the last episode, we blazed our way through the snow-pink heaven that has been Mariko's winter wonderland of a jail. With her castle now finally in our grasp, it's only a matter of time before we secure our routes to her treasured stolen desires. And if it's anything like we've seen before in the previous prison, that's easier said than done, because of the fact of the lock keepers. So, honestly, we'll probably have ourselves another warden slash lock keeper on our hands if we do get up to that bird cage. But, with that being said, honestly, there's only one place for us to go, and that's where the he-horde from hell came from, and as well as the castle itself. So, let's make our way over to the former government office and see what's going on here, since this is where we're definitely going. Since the Ice Castle is, well, there it is, the Ice Kingdom. So here we go. And I'm still not sure what's going on with the fork and knife there, but if we're going based off the previous Persona game, because of how it was with the previous ones, we had lust, and then you had vanity, and then gluttony, and it has been the same way in this game. It's probably going to be gluttony if that's the case, since it has been lust and vanity for the previous two prison monarchs. So, still not too sure on how this is gluttony, but I guess we'll find out very soon.
That's Mari's-san's castle.
Its appearance is rather striking. The closer we get, the more vivid its detail. It definitely is pretty striking, that's for sure.
Detail aside, we can't get in again.
Yeah, another ice wall.
Oh, then let's search for another entrance.
That would definitely help, but they're definitely keeping us out left and right, that's for sure. But let's make sure we grab this. Former government office has now been added to our list of things we can go to. But here we go, we're finally infiltrating the castle of this place. So based on mapping, what's over on the left side? I'm kind of curious, just because of the fact that it does kind of, end off really interestingly. Wonder what's hiding back there. Could be something good, honestly. You never know. Ooh, this is actually something I need to actually knock out, since I actually need to knock down some principalities with their actual weaknesses, because I actually need a request that I have yet to finish. So that'll actually help me out if I can do that early, since that is something I have yet to actually do, so might want to do that. We probably might find some principalities inside the castle, but you never know, honestly. It definitely is helpful to do it early, since I couldn't actually do that request. I did do all the other requests that we had that were non-story based, or at least in my opinion. Definitely all requests are technically story based, but in order to do the ones that aren't gonna progress our story when it comes to character development and stuff like that, I ended up finishing those. But that's one I have yet to do, is do the Principality one, since Principality apparently is only by the castle based on the request. The actual request literally says by the castle entrance. But let's see here, Mopsio, well, light for medium, literally no choice on that one. But Evil Smiles next, I'll definitely take that. What's hiding back here, though? Definitely interesting. Since, this is out of the way a little bit, but it is kind of interesting that, there is this in general, because it seems like something would be back here, if the fact that, it just cuts off like that. So, that is a little strange. I wonder if there's actually anything, useful back there, like a treasure chest or not. Since it definitely seems like it would be. Oh, it actually is. There we go. We'll take that. Bird boost. Well, it can be useful. And that's actually a refreshing treasure chest. So, I'll take it, I guess. So we have another area I can get some free cards from. I'll definitely take it, since it is useful. That's for sure. Let's see if we can get an ambush on him. Thankfully, he didn't even see me at all. I didn't even think about turning around. And there's our other principalities. Perfect. Okay, let's drop him. Oh, I didn't actually need to attack him like that. And thankfully, the other one's still alive, so we can get that one for free. Thank you, game. We'll definitely take that. That works for me, because of the fact that it's, in general, if that did end up working in a different way, it's definitely nice that we actually got that in the way that just happened, because now I actually got that, since, it's all finished now, and we can get the free rewards for that. Since there's no reason not to, finish it off in episode if the only way to get it is through that mean. So, let's see here. We got a big guy here. we should probably ambush him since he is in a weird spot, and it seems like we might have a puzzle here based on, well, actually it might not even be a puzzle. I thought it would be one, but now that I'm looking at the map, it's actually probably just a normal thing because of the fact that there seems to be a jump-up location, but I didn't see that ahead of time, so I thought it was probably something else. But it looks like we got another big guy here, so we probably should start smashing through this guy, just because, you know, the fact that, you know, he can probably knock us down for some good damage, depending on how strong the actual boss is. And start blasting through his armor for free there, since the sniper rifle seems to do quite a lot of damage to his armor, it seems like, which makes a lot of sense because it is a sniper rifle after all. You'd think it would. But let's see here. Oh, there it is. Okay, I didn't see that right away. Probably should have noticed it because of the forks coming out of it, but did not see it right away.
Oh, can we get in from up there?
Seems like it. The window's open for us, and there's also a treasure chest over there. How are we gonna reach it down? Is there anything we can use like a platform? Is there an ice cube? Don't see an ice cube, but it doesn't mean, oh, they're right below us, that's right, okay. So let's see here, we have a specific puzzle here, but in order to get to that one, it looks like we might have to move this guy. Oh, this one's easy. Okay, so move here, and push it down, and then go to the left of it, and then push it again to the right, and then go to, if I can get to the other side of this, I don't know why I couldn't go the other way. Oh, no, don't push this one. I don't want you to push that one, because it might move it in a weird direction. Okay, push that one upwards. If I can get there. There we go. Okay, I was trying to get to the left side. Push it to the right, and then push it forward, and that should be our free treasure chest. And it is a locked one from the means of it seems. So we should be able to, thankfully we were able to open it, since I have level 2 lockpicking. So we got lucky there, because it could have been level 3 for all I know, since we have ran into treasure chests that were instantly unlocked for us. So let's see here. This one actually seems pretty easy. I don't want to jump there though. I need to get on the left side of it. Okay, push this to the right. Okay, I think it should be like this. Push this up. Push it to the right again, just like we did with the previous one, and then push it back up, and then it should be right in position, which it is. Thank you, game.
Hey, what do you think it is?
Oh, you're talking about the treasure box. I thought they were talking about the ice block, but there we go. Perfect. That seemed pretty easy. Okay, now that we're done with the puzzle, let's make our way into the Great Dining Hall. So now it's starting to make more sense about the gluttony part, since we're going into a dining hall for the first place.
Once we get in the castle, we're heading straight for the roof. Are you ready?
Yeah, I should be, so let's go.
Alright, let's go.
Let's go indeed. But the reason, if you guys are wondering why I'm using Yusuke for this, the reason why is because if, the fact that this place is an ice, palace, I feel like the boss is probably going to be an ice variant persona, or not persona, you know what I mean, ice-based boss, so we probably won't be able to use Yusuke for the next fight, when it comes to the next episode, since we're more than likely going to be doing the calling card in the next episode. But definitely, in order to get some use of Yusuke for this palace, I definitely want to use him now before we use him in the next episode, since he could definitely come in handy now. As long as we don't use any ice-based moves on anything that might drain it, we should be perfectly fine to use him.
Alright, infiltration successful.
Okay. But it seems like this place is definitely going to have a fight due to the frozen chandelier above us, but let's see here, who's waiting for us?
Generous one in your head, be careful.
Okay, be careful indeed. What are we fighting? Oh, well, those are ice-based personas, so we're perfectly fine to use ice-based skills. Okay, that works. And we got a free all-out attack because of Yusuke's critical hits, which is always nice to see. And I think we already mashed through these guys. Oh, talking about an ice-based persona that drains ice. But he was the only one, and he was the only survivor. So it seems like that was a lot easier than it could have been, honestly. Let's make our way to the main hall, then. That was a really small dining room. Or dining hall, to be honest. This looks like a fighting area, so let's just jump up to the chandelier. See what's going on here. Interesting. Well, nothing jumped us right away, so we might be fine.
Oh, wow, it's beautiful.
Yes, such a magnificent design. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. Oh, there's the thing getting ready to jump us. Just because of the fact that we have to usually fight our way to the top of these palaces, so I felt like we were probably going to fight something in a room with a droppable chandelier. And actually, it's a frozen chandelier because the literal thing's like covered in an ice cube. That's actually pretty cool. And then it's got like frost fire coming off of it as well. It's actually really nice so design from what I can see from this angle. You can barely see it, but from what I can see right now, it's actually pretty cool.
This is no time to be distracted by architecture. There are enemies here.
Yep, there is. Let's look at this. Pretty cool looking. Well, since it looks like we have a perfect drop on them, might as well drop it right in the middle of a big, humongous crowd of enemies. No reason not to. And actually, the fact that they're giving us a bunch of these free, just the Mothmen in general in this actual fight, and actually gives free attack on all-out attacks pretty much instantly. And we're getting a lot of crits, actually, to be honest, too. Which is really good because, you know, the fact that Yusuke is literally made to do crits. I'm dizzy, but it's actually not the worst case scenario. I'm still able to hit them. I think it's supposed to, change up your, actual, like, control scheme, but it seemed like it didn't do that time, which was nice. So it actually wasn't bad at all. It actually works for me if it didn't do that, because it defeated the purpose of what I think Dizzy's supposed to do, but definitely helps me, though. Corridor of ice, though. Well, yeah, definitely a corridor of ice. It's cool looking, though. Huh. Just take a look at this. If we can get my character in the right position, we can actually get a good look at the ice. That's cool. Definitely love the theme of this game. Just the palaces in general are awesome. So we can either go left or we can go this way. What's over here? Oh, something just happened. We got jumped for going this direction. Oh, there's a treasure chest here, apparently. Hello. Are you guarding the treasure chest here?
Shadows, wait for months.
Okay. I just came over just because I saw that there was an opening over here. And it seems like it's for the treasure chest, but there's actually another way we can go, apparently. Outer wall, it says. Huh. Wonder what's out there. And maybe that's actually the way we actually need to go, since we didn't actually check the other side. Wonder what it would be, honestly. Guess we'll find out soon, since, we're definitely gonna at least go check out what's going on with, you know, the fact of the other side. But let's see here. A little bit of money, and something going on with this.
Hey, do you think we can reach the outside from the window?
Oh, if we climb out through here, we may be able to ascend the outer wall.
I guess that would make sense, so we did need to go this way. Huh, went here early on accident. Just because of the fact that I was just going there for the other thing, but I'll take this free treasure chest, though, since I didn't know that it was going to be there. Let's see here. Let's grab this. Do I have to climb here, or where's... Oh, it's right here. Okay, I got confused. Interesting. Well, let's make our way over here, and let's go see what's going on with this side. Oh, it's frozen.
How do you, Yodo should be behind the problem. The door's frozen. Alright, let's go. You're out.
Why don't we just use on and just melt it, but it's probably too frozen, let's be honest, since that's not how you use Persona abilities. Because it may be hot fire, but I don't think it's enough to melt, like, this kind of ice, to be honest, because it could be mystical, like magic ice, because there's magic fire, and magic fire can't be taken out by water, is how, you know, how these, like, elements in some of these games go, like Dragon's Fire, for instance. So it could be a specific type of ice that doesn't melt, because, it is technically can happen, but there is, and it's not very common. I think there is a type of ice that doesn't melt as easily, I think, is what it is, but it still can melt, though. Heck no. I don't want my hands getting stuck. Yeah, probably not a good idea. Don't put your hands on there. And who even knows if he were to hit it with his, little battle hammer, if it would, you know, get stuck to it as well. So probably not a good thing to hit that thing. Damn, it's ass-biting cold.
This wind is strong too. Careful not to fall, everyone.
Yeah, don't be careful and not fall. That would definitely not be good. Where do we need to go, though? Do we go, yeah, just out here, I think? Oh, no. Cover points. Okay. Got confused. Looks like we got two big gunner enemies up here, so let's prepare for a big fight. And let's just jump to them, since it saves us some time. But we're getting closer to that bird cage. I think that's actually the bird cage right there, actually. Hello, Mr. Iceguard. What's going on with you? Oh, hey, Kaiwan. Is the other enemy going to be a Kaiwan as well? Ice Castle Governor, though. Interesting. Oh, Principality. Well, that's a scary one. The Kaiwan's not that scary, but the Principality, yeah, I'm pretty scared about that. Shouldn't you be threatening us by now?
I don't think you're here to mess around. Be ready for a challenge.
Yeah, be ready for a challenge indeed. It's a double boss fight, though. Okay, so let's be very careful with what we do here. I think probably dealing with this guy first would probably be the best thing. Ooh, they're trying to go for something there. Let's just prepare for that. Okay, this is probably the last fight of the castle here, so we can probably go for showtimes freely now. So if we get a showtime, we should probably use it, since the birdcage is definitely right next to us, so I don't think anything else is past here, since we're more than likely going to leave here after we're done here. So just be careful, prepare for anything, break through shields as much as possible, and just probably focus on one at a time, because the Kaiwan's probably the thing that we should probably deal with second, because Principality can heal himself, and it's probably better if we just get rid of the healer altogether, since, although he probably can't heal himself for very much, since it is a light heal, it's definitely better than not dealing with him right away. So as long as we deal safe damage here, and do as much as we possibly can in the, a definitely short vicinity of time, we should be perfectly fine against this guy, since he shouldn't be able to do much when it comes to, who we're currently using. Since, he's not really doing much. The Kaiwan is, but the other one is kind of just being kind of nice, honestly. He's kind of just chilling, honestly. Which is, it could be counted as mean for doing that to him. And we actually got a counter there, actually. I barely dodged it, and it counted. And I also did a second one there as well, but he didn't counterattack, sadly. But it would have been cool, though, if it did. Because that would have been a pretty cool double counter if we got that to actually go off. Okay, so far so good though. This guy's more than likely down as soon as we get this shield break. We just gotta get 2 crits here in a row. Or maybe even 1, actually, I'm not too sure. Let's try. Well, we didn't get a crit there, but it did do quite a bit of damage. Ow. Good thing we got a heal there. Okay, he's trying to heal himself right now, so let's try and stop him before he can. And try and get out that Sayo before he actually got hit by that. That was close. We probably would have done enough damage to knock out Yusuke. Down goes one of them, down goes the Divine Governor, and now we just need to get rid of the Wishless Star, which is pretty much down for the count already. I'm surprised he's actually as low as he is, to be completely honest, because of the fact that I wasn't even focusing him. So apparently we were doing quite a bit of damage to him over the course of the fight, from just AoE damage. It's actually kind of funny. Well, down you go, Wishless Star. And down goes both the guards. So we should be able to make our way to that birdcage now. Probably can't get in it because of, previous palaces. We already know that there's probably going to be a block on this thing that we need to open. But you never know, it could change. Everyone look. Yep, here it is. And there's the stolen desires too. But we still need to make it form though. So we still need that calling card for sure. Which makes a lot of sense, because, the whole point of the game is to send out calling cards and do the heists and things, and it's supposed to be referencing Arsène Lupin, which, yeah, technically, since, that is Arsène, and, the fact that, the character in general, and I actually watched, the movie for that, actually, not even a couple days ago. Really good movie, I actually really enjoyed it, and actually made me understand the character more. The enemy they were fighting against was a little interesting, but definitely pretty cool movie though, that's for sure. But, yeah, that was something that I saw in the movie. They actually do send out calling cards, and, for Arsène literally does it, so it fits the bill for the persona that Joker started with. That's actually pretty cool though. But, here it is. Birdcage and the Desires. Now we just need to, well, there's our lock, so we definitely need to open it. But that means we got another lock keeper, more than likely. But we'll be perfectly fine, since we haven't had any major problems with the lock keepers. The last one turned invisible, but that was pretty much it.
Oh, it's a Desires. Oh, that means the throne room is just ahead. Let's not waste any time.
Yep, there it is, so we're almost there.
So this is where the monarch of Sapporo resides. Is this all carved ice? It must be really cold.
It would make sense.
A frozen cage that denies all entry. Does this represent her distrust for all others?
It does actually sound about right. But she had, she acted normal with normal people, though. But she was really cold with the people that worked under her, which was really strange.
Mari, you don't look so good. Are you alright?
Yeah, are you okay?
I should be.
Okay, well at least she's kind of okay.
Then let us proceed as usual. Skull, it's up to you.
Okay, here we go. I don't know why you're volunteering me again. But here goes nothing. Okay, let's see what's going on with door number 3. Since every time we touch this, it comes up with a door of some sort of past memories. That means we need to find the trauma cell then. Because that's definitely what we need to find next after this. You did this. It's all your fault. How could you be so ignorant? Did you not think a snow sculpture could collapse? I apologize on behalf of all our staff. Here it comes.
A collapsing snow sculpture?
That's something we heard at the very beginning of our journey here, actually. The one kid and their parents. So this must be them. This is where she... It must have been so heavy. It must have been so painful. Give me back Keiho. Give me back my daughter, my precious little girl. The accident resulted from my own personal oversight. Truly, I am so sorry.
Is the mayor the one apologizing?
Yep, that's her.
There's still more.
Well, I didn't think the statue would fall on anybody, but isn't this the mayor's responsibility in the end? Besides, who can blame me? We don't get paid nearly enough. Nothing wrong with taking a little kickback here and there. Huh? Okay then, that's probably why she's mad at people being so passive about working, because she overheard that 100%. So, people didn't even care that the little girl got crushed, and she was the only one and the parent was the only one that cared. That's pretty messed up, actually.
Those voices must be the root of Mariko Kyoto's trauma. So the snow sculpture incident. You made her hear about it at the park.
Yep, that's indeed the case.
We did, but I had no idea could Mari-san have really been involved.
It's possible, hard to say. It's definitely hard to say, because she did seem actually, saddened by what happened. So this was before everything happened here, because everything that happened with the palaces we know all happened at the same time 2 months ago. So, and that sculpture, I believe, fell... Trying to remember when it... Did it even say when? Because it would be whenever the winter festival was in town. So it should have been at least a little over 2 months ago, at least. So, interesting.
Is that the source of her trauma? Taking the blame for the incidents?
Don't forget the guy's voice. Sounded like he was trying to pass the blame on someone. Yep, on her, specifically.
At any rate, this is vital information. Let's go back to reality and confirm the truth.
Okay, that's the next step. So let's get on out of this palace and hopefully figure out where we need to go from here, since we definitely still have some things to figure out about Mariko before we can actually send out that calling card. But actually, where even are we position-wise? We're inside the city area, but I actually have no clue where we are actually at the moment.
I dug up some articles about the snow sculpture incident. Let me fill you guys in. 2 years ago, a large snow sculpture collapsed during the December Snow Festival sponsored by supporters Central City. Kaho Namasai-chan, a 9-year-old girl, was caught in the collapse and died.
So 2 years ago, wow. She's been holding on to their trauma for 2 years. At least. Jeez, that's kind of scary. So... And due to the fact that the palaces didn't open up till 2 months ago, she's been probably in a very dark place if we're going based on previous palace monarchs. Jeez, that's pretty scary, honestly. But, very interesting, though.
Despite Mayor Hyodo's apology, the accident was ruled as an unforeseen disaster, unforeseeable disaster. Therefore, he wasn't held liable.
So that's what the flowers in the park were for.
I wonder if the voice accusing Mari-san was the poor girl's mother. So this is Mari-san's trauma. That park was not where the snow festival was held. It's probably where the accident happened.
That would make sense. So, yeah, that would actually be the best place to go. So, yeah, that would actually make sense where we should actually go, because there's only so many places where the trauma cells could be, and it usually takes place where the trauma originated, so that would make sense, yeah, where the flowers are. Huh, that makes a lot of sense. At least we know where to go. But let's see here. Then let's head over where those flowers were. Well, yeah, let's head on over then. It would make the most sense.
Yeah, let's use Emma and enter the keyword there.
Okay, let's make our way over to the flower area, since that's exactly where it should be.
The accident happened in Odori Park. Then let's gather at the hideout first, and head over there. Should be a warden guarding the place, if the last few times is any indication. Don't skimp on prep work, Spooks.
Okay, of course. Just double check for teammates. Nope, nobody's there, so no reason to go and do prep work if I already have a bunch of prep work already set up. Since obviously I buy items in between episodes, so we're perfectly fine. But let's see here, into the camper. Let's make our way over there.
Alright, let's gather at the hideouts.
Okay, let's get in the camper. Prepare for our next big thing to do. So go to destination. Let's make our way to the flowers, since that would make the most sense of where we need to go.
This is where the accident happened, isn't it?
Yep, seems that way. Or at least, actually, yeah, it probably would be there, because the only thing I'm kind of questioning is how big the statue was, because of the fact that there's a light pole next to it. So that means it would probably crash into the light pole too, on top of that. So you think that it probably fell on her pretty badly then, because it would have turned the whole weight of the statue onto her then, which is kind of pretty scary, honestly.
If we put this keyword here, we should be able to access the trauma cell. There may be enemies ahead. Are you sure you guys are ready?
We're ready? Let's confirm the truth. Well, yeah, let's confirm our truth. No reason to step back now.
That's right. I want to see whatever happened to Mari-san with my own two eyes.
Okay, so let's do it.
The keyword is Snow City.
And, yep, there it is. Keyword successfully entered. Beginning navigation. So this is indeed the trauma cell. Wonder what it's going to look like then. Because usually it's what has been in buildings. This is the first time it's ever been outside. So, let's see what we got on our hands. Oh, it's still inside the snow-covered palace, though. On the outskirts of it, of course, but definitely still around there. What is this?
Looks like this is the Snow Festival.
Oh, yeah, that definitely looks like a snow festival to me. And there's definitely seems to be some problems going on here. So this must be a direct, version of what it looked like after the snow festival sculpture fell. Check out those two suits over there. That must be the people that were trying to push the plane then. I didn't know you were accepting rebates. I see a career man in the making. Rebates? Sir, would you please be discreet about this? I can do that, but in return, you need to do me a favor. I want her to take full responsibility for the incident. That way she'll resign. Once that happens, I'll be the new mayor of the town, and you'll be my well-paid associates. Wait, what? So this was planned to happen? That's sick. That's terrifying to even think, because I'll use myself as an example. I show up to a snow festival. These two, decide to get rid of Mayor Hyoda and decide to sabotage the snow festival to the point where the snow sculpture would fall and then it would crush somebody. And let's just use me as an example. I'm sitting there watching the snow festival, having all fun, and then I get crushed all of a sudden because two guys were trying to get rid of a mayor of all things. Something that you could just, get elected as mayor after, like, a month or a year or two. It's not that hard to become a mayor. If you're in politicians, of course. If you're not, like, a politician, then obviously it's going to be a little bit harder, but if you're in politicians, there's not many people you're really running against when it comes to being a mayor. Usually the people are running for, like, president or something. So, that's kind of terrifying. You will cooperate, won't you? Yes, of course. What did you just say? Oh, that's Mariko. What did you just say? Mayor. So she overheard them, so that's why she's been freaking out on people. Oh, it seems I've been found out. It's not what it looks like, Mayor. This is merely...
Mayor? Does he mean Mayor Yoda? Then Mari-san saw this happen.
I had no idea you were behind this, that anyone was behind this. You really don't get it, do you? This festival is held by the city, meaning it comes out of the taxpayers' pockets. I figured why not lower the cost and hire cheaper construction. Really? Really? The taxpayer money is not coming out of your own pocket, buddy. Why are you freaking out? And yes, taxpayer money going to something like that, but this is actually something fun, so I actually don't mind. For me, if it was my own money, I wouldn't mind something going to something fun like this. It's better than, the scary taxpayer money stuff. And I'll be honest, I'm not going to go into it, but you guys could probably understand what I mean, because I don't talk about politics on this channel. I never really want to either. So, definitely, yeah, this would be a cool thing to, put money to, though, for sure. But you ended up, destroying the happiness of an event like this, just by doing something like that. And what's wrong with getting compensated for it? The rest of our staff makes these deals all the time. So you're happy getting compensation for killing a kid. Good job. I hope you're feeling really fun about that one. So what's the harm in one little mishap? The sculpture's collapsed with just a bad luck. I can't believe what I'm hearing. I'm calling the police. Fine, go ahead and do it. But I'm bringing you down with me. Yeah, I highly doubt that one, buddy. You're a faceless person here, so it doesn't seem like you're very, very, high-powered. I don't think you could take down the mayor. I'm gonna be honest there, bud. What? I'm going to testify that I did it under your orders. Then you'll be ruined. After all, you're the one in charge here. See, I have the papers you signed right here. Well, that's definitely not good, if that's the case. Such an unfortunate turn of events. Sorry to say, but you're finished, Mayor. You're a councilman, aren't you? Don't you want to do the right thing? As far as I'm concerned, that's whatever's right for me. Yeah, because he wants to become mayor, and this apparently city employee that apparently even did everything that he just did doesn't even care that it even happens. Jeez. Well, are you finally ready to listen? Answer me, Mayor. She's got nothing to answer to you, buddy. Be ready. And it makes sense that it's using a bunch of shields, to be honest, because it's just blocking all the things that he's done wrong. How can you blame a peon like me? We don't get paid enough for this. Construction workers get paid really well, and I should know, because I've known a couple construction workers. So, that's not the case, buddy, unless it's different in Japan, but they get paid really, really well, for the most part. This world revolves around money. Money talks, bullshit walks, Mayor. Well, that's a saying I've never heard of, but it actually kind of fits, though. Bastard, so he threatened the mayor. Is that it?
I had no idea Mari-san went through something like this. Something so awful. Think later, act now. We got a real fight on our hands here.
True there. But his saying definitely did fit, but it's not a good thing to do, though, that's for sure. Since it's definitely a kind of sad saying, honestly. Because that means the guy doesn't give two craps about what happened at all. Which we already know that it's the case, but definitely pretty messed up, though. You want to stay mayor that badly. What a greedy woman you are.
He's attacking with a shield too. Watch everyone.
Let's see what his weakness is. It's weak to... Oh, that's actually easy. And we are using Haru, so we actually have 2 ways of doing this, thankfully. So let's go for a medium damage here. Break through a shield. Oh, we got a baton pass into Yusuke. Perfect. That's actually good. Now we're accomplices. Let's try to get along. How about no on there, buddy? You're guilty too, right, Mare? Not really. You're the one that did it. She died because you gave your approval. That's not really the case, because when it comes to, like, documents like that, that's not really fair.
Oh, this guy's atrocious. Placing all the blame on the Mare. We're here to set Mari's on right. Listen to the thugs like you want. Is a waste of your precious time. Oh, the birdcage should be, you're being a true beat on everyone. Do your best.
Okay. But it's not really fair, because there's usually fine prints on that kind of stuff, to be honest. So these people can definitely change the outcome of a document like that. So even if she signed on it, it's probably in fine print somewhere. Let's be honest there. So she probably had no involvement on that, because of the fact that it's not really a fair, assessment.
Oh man, that one looks really tough, everyone. Be careful.
Okay, yeah, be careful indeed. Okay, let's get into a good position. Let's get into Haru, I think. That would definitely work. Let's get into another shield break, hopefully. So far so good though. Tronda, let's change into that. Let's get a showtime gauge increase. And then probably go back into Joker, I think. Report it if you want. I'll take the mirror down with me. Apparently he's talking to somebody else.
Oh, he's up to something. Can anybody stop him?
I'll try. He's still got some HP. Oh, he turned invisible. Where is he at? Oh, there he is. At least it was easy to find. Okay, let's see here. He has attack down, so we don't need to worry about doing that. So let's just go into Yusuke, I think. The reason why I want to go into Yusuke is because of the ability to break his shields. Since he is using a bunch of shields, so it's probably for the best if we do that. Okay, he's going for Marikaja, but that's not the worst case scenario, honestly. We're actually on a bunch of, oh, it canceled out my thing because the all-out attack thing opening up. I was trying to do a, baton pass there, but it didn't work in my favor. Which is fine, but definitely do need to keep mind of where he is at all times, because he can definitely probably hit us pretty hard if we're not careful, that's for sure. He seems like he's not doing too bad, to be honest, but it definitely is something we should be prepared just in case something does end up happening. Let's increase her fire affinity and then jump into Yusuke again, since we might be able to, we got another baton pass, perfect. Since he's really good at breaking shields without the use of abilities, which is definitely a really good thing for us. And if we can get that auto dodge would be good. It's too late to change anything. The death of a sweet little girl is so tragic. Yeah, you don't seem to care, so it doesn't seem like that's the case for you, bud.
Can he help the other shadows?
It's not bad. That's not bad at all. He put a pain in the ass. Thankfully it wasn't himself for the most part. Although he probably healed a little bit, but it's not as bad as it could have been, honestly. Okay, he's hiding in the corner, but that's not a bad thing, honestly. Since we can easily deal with him easily, in fact, just because of the fact that he's not that strong for the most part. He's doing less damage than I thought he would. Ooh, we got a really good Sayo attack here, because we just hold down the Sayo button here and just do big damage to him just for free because of the fact that that's how this ability works. Since if you hold down the triangle button, you can just keep using it. Definitely worked for me though. Definitely take that. Okay, almost to his final little bit of HP for his shield, and then we can go into probably a showtime for Yusuke soon, as long as we do it right. Okay, let's get a good little spinny in here, do a little bit of damage. See if we can cancel this attack, since we might be able to do a little bit here. And then go for a Mopsio before he gets a Meteorama in. It's useless no matter what you do. That's what you say. You should have just resigned and disappeared. Jeez. Man, he's tough. Go down already, okay, man?
No one likes to create competition.
Well, true. Definitely true there. But so far so good though. We even got a showtime out of it, so let's go into Yusuke, since that's going to be the best thing we can possibly do right here. Because if we can knock him down to the floor with a showtime, and then get a bunch of crits in a row, this will actually be the best way to do a lot of shield breaking here. Because this is going to be the best damage we can possibly do for all, to be completely honest. Okay, let's just get a bunch of these in. This attack right there seems to be his best one when it comes to doing that. Okay, I don't see him, but I think it auto-attacked the guy for a second there. Okay, so far so good. Oh, showtime. Did not actually know we were close there, but I'll definitely take it. Okay, here we go. 2 showtimes in a row. This guy's gonna like a nice little blasting from good old Melody and Haru. And that should be another showdown for him. Oh, and we also got a new ability. Master Art Itole. Or I think it's Atole. While holding triangle, special attacks gradually become faster, and you become harder to flinch. Oh, well that helps with the Sayo. So let's just do that real quick, because we can kind of like sit him in the corner here, and because we don't get flinched as often, we can do a big hit there. That works perfectly for me, actually. That's actually really good to get in this kind of a fight. Okay, let's go into a one more. I wanted to try and get as much damage as we can before it needs to be cancelled there. Since we can do a little bit there, as long as we do it right. Okay, another break on the critical. Do a little bit of damage here. Try and get as much as we can. Even get a combo up too. That's actually really good. The combo ups is exactly what you want to do, by the way. Is combo ups make it so you get faster crits. And it also makes you a little bit stronger too on top of that. So it's definitely pretty good. So you want to try and do it often, which definitely comes in handy a lot. Okay, let's get a good Sayo in here, because this is increased damage and faster speed of using it, and it's free on top of that, so literally no reason not to use it. It's just good all around. Do another Tom Pass, no reason not to do that. Why single me out over everyone else?
Why is he getting me for everyone? Be careful. Prepare yourselves, I will bleed right through you.
Probably true. Due to the fact that she's very good at using this kind of magic that you're weak to, buddy, so I'm gonna be honest there. That's 100% true. And we got another shield break. Perfect. And he's almost down, actually, to be honest. So we're getting really close to knocking him out good for good. And actually, Haru's been really helpful in this fight. Good job on you, Haru. I actually like using you a lot more now, because of the fact that you can not get flinched during your attacks. Although you're kind of getting wrecked at the moment because of what's happening right now at the current moment. Let's see if we can maybe finish the fight without losing anybody, even though Haru dropped the 1 HP with it. Definitely pretty cool. Down goes a Lockkeeper, and Birdcage should be open now. So, perfect. We'll definitely take it.
That's all of them. We can get into the throne room right now.
Who are those guys? They were arguing with the mayor just now.
One was a city employee. The other must have been a councilman. Someone higher up on the ladder. Anyways, it seems the employee accepted an illegal donation from the contractor who ended up building the sculpture.
Seems that way. And then he blamed it on her because he took a bribery for her to make the thing cheaper, and the other guy knew it was going to happen, probably.
Payment for landing them the job, in other words, bribery. We don't know if the sculpture collapsed due to a structural issue or general lack of care. The result is still the same.
I think it was probably on purpose. I think they paid him to make sure that it was weak in an area where it could be dropped, and then since he knew where the structural problem was, he probably found a way to, make it crack, and then it fell over and ended up crushing the little girl. So it probably was 100% intentional for what that guy bribed him to do.
Either way, the councilman was in the know. Not only that, he tried using fatal accident to take Mayor Hyodo's position. Something along those lines.
And the reason why I think that is because of how defensive the employee was. So it's definitely an inside job, because he wouldn't be as defensive as he was if that was the case.
Very unforgivable. Everything makes sense now. Hyodo overheard this conversation by chance and found out the truth about the accident. Not only was it someone from the city, but even her own staff had blackmailed her.
That's pretty messed up. Those greedy assholes know they wanted money and power. Now I have a better understanding of what Hyodo must be thinking. When she found out that those around her were immoral, she became determined to purge the corruption above all else.
That's why he's been overworking her staff and trying to push her ethics bill through.
Yep. And in order to not be deceived again, she's using the power of the metaverse to her full advantage in taking the desires of others and brainwashing them so they don't do that ever again. And that instance never happens again either.
And on top of that, she's trying to manipulate the people into re-electing her.
Because she doesn't trust anybody that may get put into the position of mayor. Makes sense.
Mari-san. Well, no matter what the reason, the birdcage is finally open. Let's head back to the hideout and discuss the specifics on the calling card.
That would make sense. But, there we go, perfect. Down goes the birdcage, down goes the lockkeeper. Now we just need to get ready for the calling card. So, we're getting closer and closer to what we need. But we're already back inside the camper, so we're getting ready to discuss what we need to do. So, what do we do for the calling card?
Maybe we shouldn't go overboard with it. I don't really want to see her as a bad person.
Yeah, the real bad guy here is the one who took the bribe.
No, the guy who offered to buy it in the first place is a true villain.
Was it not the shoddy contractors who built the sculpture? They deserve the most punishment.
Wait, so the other guy wasn't even a contractor, so why is he freaking out if he's a city employee? Okay, so now the money makes more sense, because city employees don't make as much as contractors do, and, people that make the things, so that would make more sense about the money part, because builders make a lot of money, so I got confused with that. I thought he was a builder for a second, so that would make sense about the money, because city, when it comes to mayor, like city employees, they usually make quite small amounts of money. Usually it's barely above minimum wage. That's how it is around here, which is pretty wrong, but it is the case. And it could be even lesser in Japan when it comes to mayor citizen employees types of things. So, interesting. That's pretty bad though, even though.
Guys sound pretty heated. Who's to say one man's more evil than the next?
True. That is fair. That is actually a good way to think of it. Because of the fact that you can't really place, evil. Because evil, although there's no specific meaning for evil, people see evil in different ways. So, there's no way to truly interpret evil, because everyone sees evil as a different thing. It was actually something I did for school, actually. I was a leader in a group that had to talk about it for one of my, I believe it was for South and East Asia, for humanities, which was a fun class. I actually really liked it, but it was something I had to talk about for a group study, and from when I talked about with my other classmates for it is indeed the case. Yeah, everyone sees things differently, from different things that happen in the world in general, from different people thinking different people are evil to some people thinking they're just normal people for the same person. It's definitely very interesting what people actually think when you actually get to sit down with a big group of people on that kind of stuff. Because that was a pretty cool class. I actually had a lot of fun with seeing other worldviews and everything, because that's something that's interesting to me, is to learn other people's worldviews, and on top of that, learn about other countries and stuff like that. Because in schools where I live, all we talk about is America, and it gets boring. I'll be honest. Taking the same class but higher level, and then learning about the same wars and the same history, gets very taxing after a while, and then you just want to learn other things. So it's always fun to learn stuff about Japan. Different places in general, Europe, you have Brazil, you have South America, just anything in general, other than, where I live, because I pretty much know everything I should know about where I live for the most part, so I'd like to learn more about other places, and that's definitely a good way of doing it, taking a humanities class and then for another place that you've never been to. Definitely pretty cool class. Definitely would take it again if I ever got the chance. If I didn't have to, take for it, because school's expensive, let's be honest, but I definitely would take it again for, if I had the chance to, if it was for, just to take the class again, and not have to worry about the, how much it costs and everything. But, yeah, it was pretty cool.
So, you were here all along?
You were invited? What's your angle here? Long time no see. Yeah, long time no see, Gramps. What you doing here?
Yep, sure has been a while. You guys forgot about me, didn't you? Why would you not go and get in contact with me?
No reason to do so, honestly, since we didn't need any help at the moment. Well, now that you've mentioned it.
Gives you completely slipped our minds.
Alright then. Maybe I'll forget to keep you from getting arrested.
Jeez. You want us to trust you? Then don't say stuff like that. Okay, we're sorry.
Nah, forget it. So, what's your situation?
What's the situation now, Zenkichi? So, well, here's our situation, but let's see if he has anything, because he probably has something too.
Now I get the picture. So that's how Makoto Hyoda became monarch. That would explain your debate as to who is the worst of them all.
Yeah, true.
What's your take on it, Gramps?
Yeah, what's your thought on it?
My take is you kids are naive.
And that's what I was saying. Not everyone's gonna see evil the same way.
What do you mean? Well, it's clear that Makoto Hyoda was cornered by a pair of rotten scumbags. Tragic, I agree. But what is she doing what is she doing in response? Isn't it just wrong to change people's hearts and manipulate them?
True. But I think that they did worse, honestly. That may be true, but...
Furthermore, the accident was her responsibility, being that she's the top of command. Regardless of who did it, who did what, real leader takes the fall.
True. That is true. That's like, when it comes to ships, the literal captain always goes down the ship. He's the last person to get off the ship too. Well, he doesn't always go down with the ship, he always leaves the ship last. And although it's never always the case, they do get in trouble if they do that though. But there is instances where the captain's left before everyone else, which is really bad to do. Because, yeah, you could go to jail for that one, for leaving people on board while like major things going on. Because if the ship's sinking and you leave, yeah, that's not what you're supposed to do. Let's be honest.
But even so, maybe a bitter pill to swallow, especially for a group of justice-loving kids operating outside the law, where the real world isn't so cut and dry. And the harder you try to keep up this hero charade, the harder it'll be to bite you in the ass down the line.
Yes and no, but honestly, you see it differently than us, bud. We may be kids, but we've seen enough evil to know exactly what we're talking about sometimes. So, you see it one way and we see it another. Just gotta agree to disagree, bud.
I think he's just terrible to get back.
Is that what you really think? Where? Calm down, Futaba. Is that what you really think? Yeah, is it? Seems like it may not be.
Sorry, might have overstepped my boundaries.
Oh, no, I can understand your line of reasoning. You're saying that the world isn't neatly divided into good and evil, but that won't stop us from fighting. If we give up now, then the people who are counting on us won't have any hope left.
True, very true. We help others in a way no one else can. That's why the Phantom Thieves exist.
I understand you all take this very seriously. Then tell me, either way the cards fall, you're not letting Hyoda get away. With what she's doing, are you?
Nope, that's not happening.
Correct, we're going to stop her.
Haru.
What Mari-san is doing is forcing her work intentions onto other people, and we can't let that happen, no matter what the reason. Right, we're the Phantom Thieves, and we fight for what we believe in. Yes, we're going to stop Hyoda, but we'll do it in a way that's true to us.
Well said. Let's take back all the desires. We'll wake her up to the truth. That sounds pretty cool. We'll definitely wake her up to the truth. And hopefully help her, won't remember why she was the way she was before everything happened.
I have no objections. It's decided then.
Thank you, Spooks-kun.
No problem.
So how will we send the calling card?
Yeah, how are you thinking about this one?
Maybe we could send it over with some curry to the mayor's office.
That might not work. But could work, honestly.
What are we, a catering service? If anything, it should be ramen.
Well, ramen is very popular here based on what we learned about the legendary ramen, but that's probably not what we're going to do there.
It might be better to avoid close spaces, actually. After all, she'll probably be outside, prepping for the election most of the time. There's no point sending a calling card if the target doesn't see us. Wonder if we can send it elsewhere, on our campaign routes.
That could work.
Like somewhere she's bound to pass by.
But I thought we were going to do it privately, though. Because if we put it somewhere in her campaign route, she's definitely going to have people seeing it.
How about these casino posters? I'm sure she'll have a speech over there.
Yeah, that would be the case. But it's not very private, though. But I guess we're changing plans to make sure she indeed sees it. It's a great idea. Let's go with that. Good thinking, Haru. Well, yeah, good thinking, Haru. Yeah. If Haru says she wants to do it that way, we'll do it that way.
Yeah, if we time it with their speech, it'll be perfect.
The question is, who's going to place it there?
Well, looks like Zenkichi's doing it.
No, not again. Seriously? Thanks in advance, Gramps.
Yeah, thanks, Grandpa. I'll definitely take it. Hope you like being an accomplice, because the more you help us, the more your troubles will be trying to turn on us. Good thing we're doing this, because if he does help us, it really does make him an accomplice, and he can actually, he'll get in trouble too if he turns us in. So, definitely works in our favor.
Huh. Now hold on just a minute. Did I already pull the stunt for you guys in Sendai?
Yep, and you're gonna do it again.
Consider it a favor then. Yeah, for being a meat to me earlier.
Yep, and for being a meanie.
Shouldn't you own up to it? You don't need to worry. We'll make the calling card for you.
We'll be counting on you, Grumps.
We need your help. You're our only hope. Might as well say yes. You're our only hope, buddy. So, gotta do it.
Hug, you little weasels.
Yep. So I hope you like it, because you're gonna help us no matter what we need.
Huh. Alright, fine. I'll post a damn calling card.
We really do appreciate it.
Huh. I don't let him twist my arm like this again. Huh. Whatever. If we're really doing this, it'll be early in the morning. Don't be late.
Okay, don't be late indeed. We got a free little bond point, but it's not enough for level, but we'll definitely take it. And we should be able to get Avenger very soon, too, for the level 3, which will give us the auto-dodge version of it, which means we're going to be doing Avenger more often.
Yoda speech is tomorrow morning. That's when we should make her aware of the calling card. We only have one shot at this. Let's make sure we're prepared before we send Zenkichi out.
Of course. Let's make our way outside of the RV here. And let's check around for everybody else. Okay, there is nobody else, so that means this will be the end of today's episode. Because, obviously, we're going to send the calling card in the same episode we go and deal with Mariko. So, honestly, with that being said, thank you all for watching today's episode. Have a wonderful rest of your day. In the next episode, we will be sending out the calling card and preparing for our next monarch of our game. And maybe even see what happens with Sapporo after that. Since there might be a little bit more extra, because as we saw with the Tanabata Festival in Sendai, there might even be some extra story after this. So, with that being said, thank you all for watching, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out. Hey boys and girls, thank you all for watching today's episode. If you liked what you saw today, please leave a like and maybe even subscribe. And hit the bell notification down below. If you guys have any kind of suggestions for games, please put that in the comments down below as well. Thank you all for watching today's episode, and keep being spooky. Peace out, guys.